Hello everyone, my name is Diego and I am happy to share this video with you as part of the Festive Tech calendar. So it's already December and we have a lot of things to do, right? We have to do shopping, Christmas gifts and Christmas parties and everything. But we also have a lot of projects to do. We have a lot of issues and coding and a lot of things going on in December. So we are gonna see if I can use GitHub Copilot and Copilot Workspaces to help me with those projects so I can have more time to do my Christmas stuff. So if you don't know what GitHub Copilot Workspaces is, don't worry. Uh, Copilot Workspaces is basically a tool. It's basically a tool, it's part of the GitHub Copilot product. It's still on preview, but it's a tool that can help me to write features in a project using a lot of AI. So I'm gonna test Copilot Workspaces in a project I am working to see if Copilot Workspaces can help me to save time and enjoy a little bit more of Christmas. So I am working in a project in this is basically a RAG application project. Okay, uh, I want to use Azure AI Search and Azure OpenAI to create my own RAG application to index some documents and to create my own RAG application. So I found this repo, this template, is part of the Azure samples repositories. So I want to work with this project. So I already forked this project in my GitHub account and I already download the project and I have the project running over here. So let me show you what this project does and I'm going to show you what I can do with this project and to see if Copilot Workspaces can help me to write the code. Okay, so I'm going to run this project to show you what this project does. And it's basically a RAG application. It's built with C# and .NET because I love C#. I love working with .NET. So the project is already up and running. And as a RAG application, obviously I have some documents indexed in this project and I can chat with those documents and I can ask some questions. In this case, for example, I have some documents um, about my health insurance plan or uh, something about the company that I'm working. It's basically some demo documents. It's not very real, but I can chat with those documents. For example, I can ask the application what is included in my Northwind Health Plus plan, and the application answers me uh, something about my insurance plan. Okay, uh, how the application can answer this question because I have some documents indexed in the solutions. Uh, as you can see, I have some documents over here about uh, they are documents about this Contoso Electronics company. Obviously, it's everything fictitious, but I have some PDFs loaded in the solution, and using Azure AI Search and Azure OpenAI, I can chat with these documents. So that's basically the application. But I want to do some improvements. For example, I noticed that the solution splits the documents in pages. So, for example, I have all these documents. They are basically the same document, just divided in pages. And that has some problems. For example, if I see this page of the document, I can see that there is a paragraph over here that it finished in the next page. Yeah, the paragraph is completed in the next page. So here is the rest of the paragraph. And if the documents are indexed in Azure AI Service, Azure AI Search, sorry, uh, like this, with the paragraphs divided in different pages, Azure AI Search is not gonna be able to connect those paragraphs that are divided in different pages. So I want to improve this. I want to change the solution so the solution can index the complete PDF file, so the answers can be more precise when I ask something about those documents. Yeah. So that's basically the problem. And obviously I don't have a lot of time to do this. So let's see if Copilot Workspaces can help me with this feature. Okay. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close the project. Okay, the project is closed. I'm gonna stop the project. And I'm gonna go to Copilot Workspaces. Copilot Workspaces is over here. So you can access Copilot Workspaces by this URL, copilotworkspace.githubnext.com. A lot of people don't know that you can access Copilot Workspace just using this URL, because you can also open it opening an issue, and then you can open the issue in Copilot Workspace. But in this case, I'm going to access to this URL, and I'm going to create a new session in Copilot Workspace, and I'm going to show you how. Basically, I'm going to choose the repository that I'm working on, and Copilot is going to ask me, okay, what do I want to do? Okay, it's basically asking me to describe a task, right? So the task that I want to give to Copilot Workspace is the task that I don't want to index and process the documents in the RAG application, dividing the PDFs by pages. I just want to process the whole PDF, okay, the complete PDF. So I'm going to describe the task. I already have this over here. I'm going to copy and paste. The basically is a description of the task. After I give a task to Workspace, Workspace is gonna ask me to perform a brainstorm. Yeah, so brainstorm is basically take a look at the code, take a look at the functions, and let's see how I can solve this problem. Okay, so I'm gonna click in brainstorm, and it's very quick. It's very quick. Basically, Copilot Workspaces asks itself this question. How do I solve this task? Okay. And Copilot is asking the question basically if the prepare docs and the minimal API upload the complete PDF, or if those projects split the PDFs into pages. Yeah. So Copilot explore my project, and it found that these two projects currently splits the PDFs. Okay, we already knew that, nothing new in there, but in these two items, I can see that Copilot could find where is the code that splits the PDFs. Yeah, I didn't have to look in the solution and into the projects and going into the classes and files and functions. Copilot already helped me uh, finding where is the code that I want to change. Yeah, Copilot find out that in this file, the code is splitting PDFs into single pages. Okay, and in this item, Copilot is telling me that in this other file, there's also another piece of code that is splitting PDFs into changes. Okay, I can actually check this if I look into this file, for example. If I look into this file in the code, I have this file over here, and I can see that I have an upload files function, and this function should be doing something with uh, PDFs and splitting them into pages. Actually, I think is this code over here. As you can see in this code, the PDF is being loaded into this object, and then this object is being saved as an uh, individual page. Okay, uh, so or if it already saved me a lot of time looking for this file and looking for this piece of code that is the code that I want to change. Let's see, the other file that has the code that I need to change is this other file, program.cs, in the prepare docs project. Okay, so I have this file opened over here, and I can see that this file also has this functionality that splits PDFs into pages. Okay, so this is the code that I want to change. Let's see what else Workspaces is telling. Yeah, this is telling me that both projects need modifications. Okay, we already knew that. And in this section, I have the proposed solution. Okay, what should I do to solve the problem? Basically, it's telling me, okay, you should change the code in the program.cs file and change the code in this Azure Develop Service.cs file. As you can see, I can also explore the file in the same view of Copilot Workspaces, but obviously it's more easy to find to read this code in a tool like VS Code, right? Another interesting thing about Workspaces, all these ideas, I can change these ideas because obviously is AI and AI is gonna make mistakes. Yeah, actually, we're gonna see this if it works perfectly. Because I didn't have time to prepare this, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. because obviously it's December and obviously I have a lot of things to do in December. Uh, but let's see if Copilot can make this without errors, or if maybe I have to edit or to give it some help to do this feature and write this code. Okay. Uh, so if I had some idea, something that I want Copilot to check, I could add more items to the proposed solution. I could ask other questions. If this questions if this question if this proposed solution is something that I want to check a little bit more. For example, maybe how about unit testing? Maybe should I be worried um, about test or about any other project that I should take a look at? I could ask Copilot in this section to do that for me. Okay. Uh, in this case, I'm happy with this proposed solution. Okay, I want to change these two files. So the next step would be to write the code, okay, to change the code into these two files. So the next step is to create a plan. Yeah, a plan is basically the tasks that I want to give Copilot to perform to uh, to fulfill this proposed solution. Okay, so that would be the next step. I'm gonna click here in Generate Plan, and let's see what Copilot proposes. Yeah. So basically, I have two files to modify, and the plan is basically two tasks to perform in those files. Copilot is telling me I should remove the code that splits PDFs into single pages and then modify the code to upload the complete PDF file. Yeah, and the same thing in the other file. Again, this is AI is gonna make some mistakes, so I could edit this text. I could add more context or change it completely or anything I want. Okay. Uh, in this case, it seems to be right. This is basically what I want to do. It's not telling me yet in which line or which function the change should be due, but I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this solution. So the next thing to do would be to implement the selected files, to perform the changes into these files, into this code. Okay, so let's try that. Let's click in Implement Selected Files, and let's see what happens. So basically, Copilot now is performing the uh, the changes in the code, is basically coding right now into these files. You might be asking in which branch these changes are being written. You can check this over here. Actually, I should have changed this, but there's no problem. I can still do that. Those changes are being performed now in the main branch, but there's no problem. I can change this. Okay, so the change in the first file is completed, and I can see where the changes were made. For example, I can see this change in the comment because obviously I am no longer gonna split the PDFs into single pages, and the new code is basically this one. Okay, so it removed a lot of code that used to split the PDFs. Okay, all that code is gone, and the change in this file is already done. And I can see the changes in this other file. Okay, I can see those changes that should be very similar. Yeah, very similar. Basically, it removed all the code that used to perform the splitting of the documents. Okay, all that is gone. Okay, something that I should have done before is to tell Copilot or to ask Copilot to work in a specific branch. Okay, right now Copilot is working on the main branch, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to perform these changes into the main branch. Let's see if I can change this and to perform these changes into another branch, because I want to test these these changes in a branch that I know that I have everything to test that behavior. Oh, let's see what happens. The session basically started all over again. So I should have done this at the beginning. I should have asked Copilot to work in a specific branch. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that and do everything again. Like I said, I did not prepare this because this is real case scenario. I have a lot of things to do in December, so I am testing Copilot Workspaces to see if it can save me time so I can enjoy a little bit more about December. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna change the branch. Okay, I want Copilot to work in this branch. I'm gonna perform the brainstorm again. This is Copilot in real life. Okay, so now it's performing the same analyze. Yeah, it's basically asking, how do I solve this task? And the answer is basically the same. So it found the files that need to be changed. It's proposing changes into these files. Okay, let's generate the plan again. Okay, so the plan is basically the same. I have to modify this file. Actually, now it's giving me the method, the function that I have to change. Okay, that's a little bit more helpful. Then I will have to remove the loop that splits PDFs into pages. Okay, it's being a little bit more specific than the last time. So very interesting, but it should have perform the same changes into the code. And is saying basically the same thing about the other file, the program.cs file. I have to modify a method and remove the loop that splits PDFs and then update the logic to upload the entire PDF file. Okay. So basically I have to do those changes into those same files. I'm going to implement the selected files. And now Copilot is working in the branch that I want to. Okay, I have the changes in the first file. And you can see the changes are basically the same. The new code is basically the same. All the code that splitted the PDFs is gone. It should do the same in the program file. As you can see, the program has a lot of lines of code. Actually, the solution has a lot of projects and a lot of code. That's why I choose this project to test Copilot Workspace, because it's a big project. Okay, so I wanted to see if Workspace behaves well with this kind of project that has a lot of files and a lot of code. And apparently it's working. It's working very fine. Okay. So let's wait a couple of seconds. It should be done. It should be done in a second. Okay, there it is. Okay, so the changes in this file, uh, they are over here. Okay, so as you can see, it changed the comment, and it changed the code. Okay, apparently it did another change in this file. Oh, why is changing the replace? They are in the replace. I don't think it should be doing that. Okay, looks like Copilot did a mistake. Okay, let's test this. Okay, that would be the next logical step, right? I need to test these changes. So I have some options to test this. In this section, I could open a command line or a code space to basically to test this code in a code space. I could open these changes in VS Code, or my favorite way to test these kind of things is by creating a draft pull request. Yeah, I like to create a draft pull request because I can create a branch name. It's gonna create a new branch with the changes, and I can download that branch in VS Code, and I can test the project. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna give a branch name. Okay, I'm gonna give my branch a name. I'm gonna generate a description for the pull request, for the draft pull request. And I'm gonna create the draft pull request. So now you can see that I am no longer working in the last branch. I am working in a new branch, the branch that I just created. And as you can see, all the changes were committed. Yeah, the changes are no longer in the uncommitted section. Now they are in the all changes section because all the changes were committed. Okay, so let's download this branch in VS Code and test the project. Okay, so I'm gonna go to VS Code. I'm gonna change my branch. Let's pick the new branch. Okay, and I have my new branch, and apparently I already have an error. Yep, as you can see, this line Copilot did a mistake in this line. It should not replace the R in the replace function. Okay, obviously, is AI is gonna make some mistakes, so I'm always have to be aware of that. But the rest of the code has no errors. Apparently, I can test. Apparently, I can test the new code. Okay, so how am I gonna test the new code? I'm gonna run some scripts. I'm gonna run some scripts to delete the all the files indexed in the solution, and I'm gonna upload all the files again so I can see if the new process works. Okay, so the process is finished. The documents were already indexed into Azure AI Search. So let's test the project and let's see if the new process worked. Uh, it didn't give me any error, so that's a good news. But let's run the project and let's see the result. Okay, the process is running. Let's check the documents uploaded. Let's see. Okay, the PDF now seems to be completed. Okay, the document seems to be fine. Let's see if I can ask a question and I have an answer. So it works. Yeah, I have the complete PDF, no pages splitted. So it worked. Copilot did the job with just one tiny little error I had to fix. So that's basically what I wanted to see. Copilot did help me to solve this issue. So now I can have some time, maybe to do some shopping later or something about Christmas. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to show you. This was Copilot Workspace in real life. Um, so I hope this video can help you to use Copilot Workspace in a better way. And thank you very much for watching this video. And I hope you all can have a Merry Christmas. Thank you very much.